Welcome to Divergent Elevation. I'm your host, the Divergent One, and today I want to speak about something that's really bothering me. It's a plague upon our world right now, and that's violence against women. I'm going to start off with some statistics for you and let you know where I'm coming from. Now, in 2026, there's no single global figure, but the United Nations estimates that one woman is unalived by her partner or a family member approximately every 10 minutes. All right? Now, according to the UN report from May of 2026, more than a third of women worldwide have been victims of physical or SA violence. Okay? Now, as far as childhood is concerned, a major study published by Lancet in May of 2026 revealed a staggering global toll. Nearly 1 out of every 5 women aged 20 and older experienced sexual violence, by the age of 15 or younger. Now, in conflict zones, the risk for women escalates dramatically in areas of war and instability. Reports in 2026 indicate the cases of conflicts-related sexual violence have surged 87% in just 2 years. Now, the data is definitely undercounted. We already know that. Globally, fewer than 40% of women who experience violence seek any form of help, and fewer than 10% report the crime to the police from fear of stigma, lack of trust of the authorities, and inadequate legal protections were their major barriers. You see what I'm saying? Now, based on the 2026 approximation, 5 women are unalived every day in the United States by a current or former intimate partner. Okay, now this makes intimate partner homicide the leading cause of death for women of reproductive age in the country. Let me say that one more time so it sinks in. All right? Intimate partner homicide is a leading cause of death for women of reproductive age in the country. Now, based on 2026 data, someone in the United States is SA'd, approximately every 68 to 74 seconds. Let me say that again. Based on the 2026 data, someone in the United States is SA'd approximately 68 to 74 seconds, every 68 to 74 seconds. Okay? For women specifically, the lifetime risk is substantial, with nearly half experience some sort of sexual violence. All right? Now, women have become victims and are being preyed upon at an alarming rate. The days of "it's not my business" are over. It's time for us as a people to rise up and start protecting women. None of us would exist if not for women giving us life. So the fact that this is not only been allowed but supported is appalling. Okay? Training in case she says no is just one of the new and alarming trends to hit social media. Men are being shown beating, stabbing, punching bags, pulling guns out, pointing them at the cameras in response to being rejected by women. Now, I don't understand how this content is even being allowed to go unflagged, let alone be promoted and supported. But that just goes to show you the dangerous times that we live in, and how sick the world is right now. Now, I truly believe that this trend was birthed and is being supported by the Incel movement. Now, for those unfamiliar with that term, Incel is short for involuntary celibate. It's a person who usually is a heterosexual male who's unable to find a romantic or sexual partner despite deeply desiring one. While the term originated in the late 1990s as a harmless support group for lonely people, it's largely evolved into an online subculture. Now, the key aspects of the incel subculture and ideology include misogyny and blame. Many online incel communities harbor extreme resentment towards women, blaming them and social beauty standards for their romantic failures. All right? Now, the subculture features unique terminology like black pill and red pill. Yes, we've heard about this red pill movement that promotes the nihilistic and deeply fatalistic view of dating. Extremism. While most incels don't act violently, the movement is heavily monitored by law enforcement and extremism researchers. Fringe radicalized factions have been responsible for several acts of mass violence and terrorism. All right, so we got to watch out for this. Now, as a man, I believe that we need to love each other and lend more support to one another. Start taking more responsibility for our boys and other men out there. Really pay more attention to the behaviors being exhibited and content being consumed. Okay? We got to promote mentorship and emotional awareness because our emotional health is our mental health, men. This is just the truth of the matter. All right? We got to start standing up and stepping up instead of sitting idly by while witnessing dangerous behavior. So many of us as men, we were never taught how to deal with our emotions because we're trained at a young age that we're not even supposed to have them. Okay? Society teaches men that our emotions don't matter and that we're supposed to be stoic and feel nothing or ignore what we feel so that we're not viewed as weak or feminine. When the truth is that mastering your emotions, that's one of the strongest and most powerful things that you can do as a human being, let alone as a man. All right? Now, this affects all of us. I've seen too many videos of women being attacked while men just sit back and watch or film the scene as if it's acceptable daily behavior, part of daily life. All right? Now, to my ladies, I want you to know that you're both loved and supported, okay? And you need to be careful when interacting with these types of men. Now, I know it's hard to be able to tell. You never know who's walking up on you. You just have to be careful, no matter who it is. When you see any types of signs that may lead to you being harmed, you need to stay as far away as possible and just get away from these men, okay? If you're in any type of relationship and you see these signs, you need to get out while you still have time, okay? You never know what could happen. It doesn't matter how much you love some people, all right? There may be a sickness that exists within them that will defy all logic and reasoning. And believe me, this type of behavior is a sickness. It's birthed from a lack of emotional IQ, trauma, improper teaching of self-love and how to deal with their emotions. All right? And some people are just really mentally ill. So please seek help if you've been a victim and support other victims. Nothing is going to change unless something is said. All right? You got to speak up. My heart goes out to all of the women and the families of women who've been victims of abuse or femicide. Once again, this is the Divergent One, and this is Divergent Elevation. Now, if anybody wants to talk, you have something to say, or you will need to seek services, I'm a professional life coach and consultant. All right? So feel free to contact me at divergentelevation@gmail.com. That's divergentelevation@gmail.com. For services or if you need to talk or just get out some of what's going on. Okay? Once again, this is the Divergent One, and this was Divergent Elevation. Y'all stay safe out there. Be good to one another and be good to yourselves.